Greetings from the both of us. We have another challenge session for you. I'm Russ Hatfield, and I'm honored to be joined by my higher dimensional twin soul and member of Ashtar Command, Kara. July is here, and so is this challenge session, recorded in 1994. It's been channeled by Mark Crocker, and we call it Rejuvenation for the Soul and Static Electricity. It's a challenge session where each speaker brings a different set of knowledge for us to cover a lot of subjects in the allotted time. A more detailed description can be found on our homepage at hadespacenews.com. We invite you to subscribe to be kept informed of future postings on our YouTube channel from the members of Ashtar Command. And now we present our latest entry into the Hades Base Archives, Rejuvenation for the Soul and Static Electricity.
How are we tonight? He's very suited to astral traveling then. So I laid back close to sight and he's ready to go.
Yes.
Okay, ask me questions.
Okay. Why cats so cool?
Exactly. You do like cats, don't you?
So tell me now why it's cats.
Hell, you do like cats.
That is the end result. It's the building up process I am asking
How many have
about.
you got at the moment?
5. Are you sure? 4.5.
Okay.
So,
How many did you start off with when you came here?
3.
No.
How many?
4. Marijuana.
Oh yeah, right. Gotcha. I mean,
Elvin. Yes, Buddy, Hops, and
security cat.
yeah, the scaredy cat.
Okay. Then, so we're making up for lost time or something?
I've got my ways and means, my reasons.
Okay. Now, how do you do it?
I make the right sounds. They've got to have somewhere to go, you know.
Well, then why doesn't the black one come around more often except for 2 minutes?
Well, he's only a little one and he's scared.
Doesn't seem very scared to me. More indifferent than anything else. It's kind of comes because he has to.
Kind of.
Ah.
He also gets beaten up sometimes.
You can stay around more often so they get beat up around here.
That's who he gets beaten up by.
Well, it's a way to get bigger, I guess. I mean, third dimension for cats is the same as third dimension for people.
Mm-hmm.
You sometimes get beaten up a lot before you get big.
Yeah.
Unless you can talk your way out of it.
I can talk my way out of anything. Nah.
I don't know.
Yes.
Well, let's see. What can't you talk your way out of?
It's better.
How about throwing Wookiees into pools?
Sorry?
Right. Something you did to piss off some Wookiees at one time. You couldn't quite talk yourself out of it and had yourself get pantsed in the meantime.
And debagged as well. They still got my bikini.
They still got your bikini. You couldn't talk your way out of that one if I remember correctly.
I didn't have a chance to.
Well, there you go. Okay, that's a good example, I think.
Uh-huh.
That's the first one off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to do something about my t-shirt. Carry on.
Okay, anyway, next question. Questions about our mutual friend.
Which mutual friend?
Which mutual friend am I talking about?
I can think of many.
Think of one.
Kiri.
Close.
Kara,
Getting warmer.
Alana,
Getting colder.
Laika,
Way cold.
Luna,
Frozen North Pole.
Mark,
Way. Wrong sex even.
Kerry.
Ah, well, yes, I suppose Carrie would come into the picture at that point. Right, we're down.
What do I have going on with her?
Well, not so much. I know what you have going on with it. That's obvious. But the question is, what happened the night before last?
I thought I'd come down and say hi to her.
She really enjoyed the whole time. She felt she was talking to her best friend. In cat form, of course.
That's the only thing that I could think that she would recognize.
Black and...
That was her choice.
Oh, that's her choice. Okay. Was the cat form her choice?
No.
That was your choice.
Mm-hmm. Something that she would recognize. She knows I'm descended from cats.
Oh, yeah, she didn't recognize it until I mentioned it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Now, I was talking to her tonight, and she and I both were wondering, possibly, you could give her some clues as to what you said that might key in the conversations you two have that she can't remember a word of.
Only to her.
Should I get her on the phone?
I didn't know how to operate it.
Have a speakerphone?
Does it have pictures?
No, that's all right. We'll save that for the next time Carrie comes.
Mm-hmm.
What is the attraction, let's say? I mean, obviously not sexual, but on a more emotional level. Any way you can describe it to me or not, that's fine. Because I understand.
We are alike.
But, she's doing really great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is a way we can wipe it all out, do you think?
You're asking the wrong person.
Oh, you're so close to her, I wasn't sure if you might know.
If I did, I wouldn't say.
I'll ask.
Mm-hmm.
Whether she tell me or not, that's a whole good question.
Yeah.
But asking never hurts anybody. I've always found that out. It's the answer that usually gets you into trouble.
Yeah. Not me, though. I'm very careful about
Not you, my dear. Now, don't ask you the questions that would get you in trouble anyway, if I can help it. Due to the fact that you usually can't answer them. Even if you did know the answer.
Yes. It's just the three of us here at the moment. We're waiting for a mole to arrive in quarter.
Oh, so we'll get
on
Carrie
all
in
of
right now then?
No, not yet.
I didn't think so.
No. She's still got her little black box on her hip. And we're coming from the swimming pool.
Does it go in the swimming pool?
Yeah. It's waterproof.
Right.
No.
Well, good. We can keep talking shop talk here
Yeah.
for a couple minutes.
Yeah, I'm just trying out one of her new design bikinis.
Where you know?
Apart from the top doesn't fit me as well. So I'm wearing a t-shirt, which is absolutely sopping wet, white t-shirt, showing everything. And the bottoms are a little bit tight. And she keeps on trying to adjust them for me. Make them a little bit looser.
Well, in the midst of that, then maybe you can answer me a question on what is a transistor?
You don't know? Look it up!
What do you mean? If it was that easy, I just would have done it already. Does it say in there?
Should do.
Just real quick. In the meantime, were they full-size buffalo?
Yeah.
Oh. Resistors aren't the only electronic components with resistance. What the heck is a resistor?
Something that resists.
I'll worry about it later. Okay, so they're full-size buffalo?
Yes.
How do they fit in this little room? Big boots, I thought.
It kind of had its butt sticking out.
I suppose it happened, didn't it? Now, was the buffalo a sentient creature?
It's an accessory.
accessory. A bit of a bulky accessory. It's like some woman carrying a 50-pound purse.
Considerably more.
Well, yeah, considerably. But why were they in such a state of
Bit concerned, I think. I don't think they've come across aliens like Amor before.
have they come across an alien?
Yeah. I'm going to hand over to Kara.
Why? You're doing so good. Oh, take away all my fun.
Somebody's got to.
Oh man.
I think they've gone into the side room.
Oh, I love puppy love.
Puppy love.
Cat love. Kitty love.
I don't follow.
Oh,
Puppy love
in,
is... Yeah.
in school, when two kids fall in love, it's called puppy love. So I guess you call it kitty love.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I suppose you would.
It's just fun to watch.
It started by accident, I think.
Well, that's how best ones happen.
Yes, he was trying to adjust himself because Kiri bottom was very tight, and Kiri continued trying to help her. And it wasn't intentional that they were going to go off and make love.
Well, I think it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that they have that ability.
Yes, it happens from time to time with those two.
Yes, it does.
Alana's away.
Ah, good.
She's giggling.
She just heard me and got a little bit flushed, I'll bet.
Yes.
Yes.
Holding this up about answer her question.
Okay.
I was just filling her on where her Auntie Kiri and her Auntie Tia went.
Yeah, into heaven.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let us proceed with these questions.
Okay, my dear. Well, actually, I'll ask one that I just asked Tia. Whether it to be asked or not, I don't know. We'll see. Tia said Carrie's into remission at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But the question I've got is it a shot now at full take it away?
It's a possibility.
It is a possibility, though.
There's always a possibility.
I wasn't sure before if there was or not.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. And I can pass that along, I believe. For her.
Yes, for her mom. Her Moran. Sorry, I'm listening to the ether here as well.
Okay, I think that'd be good for her morale, though.
Mm-hmm. That she was in remission. But now that summer is coming, tell her that on days when it isn't cloudy, to put sun cream on her face and expose parts of her skin.
What SPF factor?
20 plus. The higher the better.
I got some 31 stuff here on my
Yes, that would be useful.
Okay. That's right. That's a good idea. So she needs that.
And also to eat carrots
Okay.
and spinach and to increase her fluid intake.
Okay.
Vitamin C fluid and sometimes green tea fluid. And you need to start making elixirs again in quantity.
Okay.
Because when she comes over, we want her to drink tourmaline tea water.
I'll still some tourmaline over there.
Mm-hmm. And amethyst or amethyst.
Or whip up some bunch of both.
Why not a bunch of all?
That coral works pretty good, but I still haven't figured out what's good for you.
Telepathy.
What do you work on?
I just thought of a way that you could solve her problem. You just play a t-shirt down a little bit longer.
That'd be a good idea.
I know what I can do. I'm wearing a sweatshirt, and I have a t-shirt underneath, because I've been to the gymnasium, and it comes down and covers my gluteus maximus. Now on her, I'm sure it will come down to about here.
Well, it means.
And it has, in my language, Syrian State University. It is a joke.
It have to be.
Yes, it was given to me by my little sister.
All right. Cool. Cool. Good to see it. All right. Now, this morning, we want to go over a little bit about what we talked about this morning. And wondered, you were mentioning being able to see the skull and bones of the body through the flesh. Now, my problem with it is that when I look at this, there's an inbuilt, ingrained sense of horror. Kind of thing.
Why?
Well, because, all our lives, for Halloween and stuff, people put out skulls and bones and stuff to scare people with. And basically, skeletons in graveyards have just, in the horror films, they come to life.
It is just a bunch of calcium. I do not understand.
It's a tradition. No, that's a better word for it. A superstition.
I still do not understand.
Don't have those on steroids.
What is Halloween?
It's a time. I'll have to come up and show you.
Okay.
We'll work it out together up there. Because I can't describe it. I'll have to show it to you in pictures.
Okay. I would like to know the history behind it.
I've got the whole 9 yards on it.
Okay.
We'll go all over it.
Oh, good.
Okay. Also, we were talking about the fact that the reason we can't come up physically is because of the germ factor.
But it is a good tease, isn't it?
It is a great tease. I love the tease, and I love the way you make me happy by saying so don't stop. Because even though I know it's not true, I still get a laugh and a good chuckle out of it. But I won't build up my hopes so much. What?
Why did you tell him that you have to wear suits up there and that I was only joking?
Well, because, I didn't want him to get his hopes up either.
I think he is smart enough to realise that it would be nice, but not practical.
Well, I like to share my revelations, I guess. It's sort of a family kind of thing.
Okay, let us get down to business.
All right. Now, we were talking about the work with the bowl and the crystal and the trident.
Yes.
And about having to use somebody with PK can use that for healing. To position it.
Why?
Right, why?
Well, if you put it over a damaged area, short in the legs, let's say, for example, this arm is broken. Right? Instead of using a splint and pressure, right, you just place it underneath. The electronical field is created to immobilize the arm. And then by using PK, you can push the bones back into place. Now the field generated by the tripod at the front and at the sides, right, focusing on where the break actually is, holds it in place. By using the bowl and the crystal and the sound frequencies, accelerates the healing process. Instead of being many days, it is many hours, 4, 5, 9 hours.
I get it. I get it. Well, no wonder. Because that makes a lot more sense.
Mhm. And the reason why you can't reproduce it down there is because of the certain rare earth elements that are organic of nature.
But that makes it much more clear, and I have a better
Mhm.
picture in my mind of why that needs to be done. Good. Okay. Now, tonsils blocking germs.
Mhm.
Now, is that because they're filters, right?
Yes.
Kind of. But taking them out is not something that,
If they need to come out, then they have to come in.
right. But is there any other filters built up after those?
Yes, it takes time. It is best to have them removed when they're young.
All right. So, in other words, just take very good care of them and don't let them get
Correct.
in bad shape. Now, oh, seeing auras change.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about that also. Being able to read auras as they change or as they're going through. Okay. Now, can you be able to teach me how to do more aura reading up there? Is one thing.
Yes,
That might help
we
me.
are up here.
Okay.
We
Right.
get a selection of individuals in various moods.
Okay. What is so funny?
I was just thinking that Theo and Kiri's auras at the moment, if they were still in the room, would be perfect for you to look at.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, you're right. But that's essentially what I'm looking for.
Passionate peach.
Right. And that's what I like to see is something that would be an aura that I could look at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Beautiful auras.
Okay, gotcha. Good. Like to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Are
I
you,
suppose my aura's a little bit like that at the moment.
but it is. Are you in a hurry to change diapers or anything?
No, not at the moment.
Great. Okay. Because I
Took
could.
care of it before I came. Besides, they were at the crash today.
Oh, they were.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Good. Yeah, it was kind of fun changing it. Michael.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lana's just left for me. Sorry, Karen? Karen.
Okay. Herbology.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We want to start working on growing some herbs back in the back garden.
Mm-hmm.
And can it be increased energy-wise with crystal water?
That is an expensive way to do it.
Well, not really. It's just distilled water is all.
Yeah.
Is
You know
it
how to make a still?
a still? Sure.
Well, one way of distilling the water.
Good point. Okay, that would cut down the expense on the distillery.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, since it'd be then economically feasible,
Mm-hmm.
it's free, essentially. Would that be then a energy increasing way of growing herbs?
It would be necessary to experiment to have a control group.
I see. Okay. Now, working with the herbs then,
Mm-hmm.
get some good herb books and start
Yes, it
boning
would
up
be
on my
necessary.
herb knowledge.
But what's the most important herb that you should have in your garden?
What does that mean?
For
Remembrance. Oh, thanks for having me check this.
yeah, well, somebody's got to. To err is to be human.
To be Syrian is to be divine. Okay, my dear. Now, I want to go over my last little bit of bone illness here. Since this has a personal relevance to myself, and I think it'll help me in working with other people from now on.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, how can you cut through the pain to deal with the natural healing, or should you depend on someone else?
That is a function of the coercer.
Okay. So that's with dealing with somebody else then.
Yes, you'd have a coercer like Kiri. When Kiri and myself work together on Kerry, Kiri acts in the coercer capability. using Mark's coercive capability to control the pain.
Okay.
And I get on with the healing.
Now, how do I do it?
You would have a coercer at hand to help you. Healer coercer combinations are very useful.
Well, it just scared me, the fact that I couldn't get in contact with you. I couldn't get in contact with my own inner mind. I mean, the pain was just shutting out anything and everything.
Yeah.
It's driving me crazy. It's like, if I don't have a coercer, I'm out of luck.
Not necessarily. It is a matter of soothing yourself.
Work on self-control, discipline. Okay. Now, here's another way I want to research on doing it instead of that, or along with that, is pain-killing reflexology. Is there such a thing on this planet?
Yes.
There is. So I can find books on such a thing.
Yes.
It's locked in my brain, or I can find.
You can find it, but the key is in your brain.
Okay. So what I need to do is track down, what pressure points possibly there might be that might control the pain.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Not offhand anyway.
Oh, you don't need it?
I don't need it half the time, do I?
That's true, you do.
I think I'm going to be ringing this for some. No, it's not a mod, it's called Stress Direct.
Oh, so you're in mistress?
I think so.
Okay. Well, I'm out of questions anyway.
Quarter is talking to the technician, so we have some time to kill.
Good. Okay, so without question for each other.
Sorry.
It's alright, I like to see you laugh.
Yes, two very flustered friends of mine have just walked in.
Those auras just glowing out there.
I think they've had enough just to stop themselves from being too. No, she's trying to get pregnant again.
Yes, I heard that.
I think that'd be good for her.
I do too. I really do. It's, I think motherhood suits her. I think double motherhood would suit her even more. Look what it did to you.
Well, it's quite rare for Syrians to have twins.
I mean, she's only had one. Was it your decision?
It's not known in our family, so therefore it might have been really willing that for the egg to split the way that it did.
What would you say, if you could look back on it now, was the guiding factor in her?
I think desire.
Okay. You wished
Yes.
to have twins.
Well, I've always wanted twins.
What a beautiful twins.
Okay. Let us continue for a moment.
Okay.
Actually, I think it'd be better if I hand back to the ring, Miss Chris. Whilst I take off my sweatshirt and let her get on with introducing the next person.
Better?
No, not really.
I think it's cute.
Okay. Quickly, any questions?
Nothing.
Okay. She suggested me taking off my bikini bottom because it really does run. It's not an uncomfortable run.
I understand. Not working a minute.
Okay.
Greetings and felicitations, Russ.
Greetings, Corton.
And how are you functioning?
Very well, actually, considering everything.
Yes. Let us proceed.
Right, we're all set then. All right, starting with, I want to work on real quick with on Earth. And the fact of the matter is that it's hard to me to picture Earth ascending ever. It seems just because it really is a perfect training ground. It doesn't seem like there'd be any need to ascend.
How do you mean a perfect training ground?
Well, take for example the fact that a person starts off in third dimension
Mhm.
and works their way through each encompassing life to bring them up to a point to where they're finally ready to progress up to fifth.
Mhm.
Well, all the entire time prior to moving up to fifth level, you've had to go through every conceivable, practically, problem that third dimension could ever throw at you. Um, and it seems like Earth is just one of those perfect places that
There are other places that are even worse.
oh, yuck. I can see that. So, in other words, it's not just the people who are ascending, it's actually the planet, even if there were no people on it, let's say.
No.
No, it takes people for a planet to ascend.
Yes. Don't forget there is an Earth in the fifth dimension.
Okay. This boggles
It
my
is a place of habitat temporarily.
Okay. Right, that's right. So the Earth in the third dimension couldn't take its place because it's already there.
Correct.
So therefore it's there in third.
Mm-hmm. And there in fifth and sixth and so on.
Right. So it cannot.
Correct.
So if everything travels in a circle,
Mm-hmm.
then progress of life on Earth is destined to continue back to the point it started at. Dinosaurs and that.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Like life forms will evolve again,
Right.
or the planet will die once it has achieved its purpose.
Okay. So a planet can die,
Mm-hmm.
as we've seen with various planets.
Yes.
But it's in the nature of things. It's meant to die.
Correct.
And the planet has consciousness. Does it want to die?
Yes.
For a rest.
Yes.
Nice. But in the general time frame of things,
It
it
is
so huge.
very little.
It's just a short nap. Hard to conceive in the third dimension as well.
Yes, it is. Continue.
Okay. Now, it's strange to me that one has to experience just so much just to reach a higher consciousness. Now, do people of higher consciousness then live their past lives problems while growing up, but all in sort of advanced rate in this life? Allow me to explain a bit more.
Yes, please.
Let me elucidate. In other words,
Hallucinate?
elucidate. When a person travels through, let's say, 10 lives, okay, and each of those lives he learns something new
Yes.
that he needs to learn how to deal with in order to ascend.
Mm-hmm.
But in between lives, that lesson is forgotten, theoretically, for now.
It is looked at and then placed in memory for when rebirth occurs, where it is filed away to be used at a later time.
Okay. Now, that's good. So let's say we get now after those 10 lives to this one here. Now, the person starting off in life then has problems that come at them, and they use those experiences or memories to work through those problems as they go.
Yes,
So basically, that's how you ascend, is by being able to
correct.
come back upon its memories and deal with it. Okay. I'm trying to work on this so I can help with the class and explain this all out to them also. Some of our material to work on tomorrow.
Yes, the purpose of past lives, or looking at past lives, is to be able to see what you have done, what challenges you face, and how you coped with them. It is not saying that when you did this, for example, let us say that when you struck the spherical object in your sport of golf with a slightly angled club, right, that the ball angled off at a different angle. So therefore, next time you do that, you have to hit it square.
Mm-hmm.
And life is a little bit like that. What works one time may not work again in the next life. But it gives you a reference point to help you. Without information, you lack the necessary data to formulate a informed answer.
Right. Now, with your higher consciousness, and the higher you get, does that mean you get a memory like yours?
Eventually, yes.
Okay. I'm looking forward to this, actually.
Patience, my dear lad.
I'm working on it. Which means my next question is, I sometimes really don't feel like a very old spirit, old soul, you might say. Just
That is because your spirit is aware that its time is coming and the excitement is occurring.
oh, okay.
For it, 40 to 60 years is not really that long. 80 years is not really that long. And the desire to be on a new level where the experiences of learning are greater and to be with someone that it cherishes is a great desire. So therefore it is a little bit of rejuvenation for the soul.
I see. So it's that preparation state,
Yes.
kind of like
Expecting the
labor.
little boy just before Christmas.
I see. Okay. Well, why is it I've had all this time before me, let's say, that it's been so long, even though I can't remember, I can feel it. That I just can't really understand my fellow humans here. And, even though I've been there and I've done that, and I'm not there anymore, but I still can't understand it. It boggles the mind. How do you learn to comprehend other people's actions with compassion, let's say?
What they do is what they wish to do.
Right.
And what effect can you have on somebody? If somebody wishes to go out and to pick plants to make their house look nice, what are they doing?
Furbishing their house.
They are bringing happiness and joy to themselves and to those that come to visit them.
Yeah.
Whatever they do that is good brings them happiness. Whatever they do that is bad is part of the learning process. For example, your problem this evening.
Right.
It is necessary for those individuals to learn that by inflicting loud noise on other people, they bring suffering to themselves later on.
Right. And it's a lesson in them understanding others better.
Correct. So therefore, you may feel annoyed at them, but at the same time, you can feel the pity for what they're doing to themselves, which gives you compassion. But it is necessary for you to follow through by calling your law enforcement agency so that they learn their lesson.
So in other words, it's sort of like kids who've just gotten past Christmas and didn't receive anything, but they went out and kind of took it. Well, taking the pleasure away from others so that they could have pleasure.
Yes. But then they have to learn that they cannot do that.
Right.
That is part of their learning process. But it is necessary for you to help with that learning process instead of going, there is nothing I can do about it. You have to do something about it. They can learn that they have to consider other people.
Right. So my desire to have them acquire living space in a different part of our area than where they're at now is part of that.
Yes. And it is possible by breaking them up that they will understand what their actions have cost. If they do not understand in this life, they would understand in the next life. Maybe the life after that.
Okay. And there is a point where conceivably we could meet again on happier terms
And laugh about
and
it.
laugh about it.
Exactly.
Okay. That's a better way to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay. Is Amal coming in tonight, by the way?
I'm afraid he will not be available this evening.
Okay. Thank you. So my questions. So save for him for you.
Okay.
Alrighty. Now to ascend.
Mm-hmm.
Is it necessary then for both sides of all problems to be realized in this life to be lived? Or
Not
just
necessarily. It is necessary to look at them, but not necessary to face them. To be able to look at them and understand them.
also in our minds.
Yes.
So we wouldn't have. So we just have to just kind of contemplate the good and bad of something, and that is necessary.
And to understand it. Like your fear of the human frame.
Yes, right.
Understand it. It is a structure to support you. Do not be afraid of it, but yet you are.
Right.
Learn, understand, and do not be afraid.
Absolutely. So I don't have to face up to the fact that I might have to deal with skeletons for some time. But if I did, no problem.
Exactly.
I understand. There's a lot of problems like that I could deal with all the time.
Correct.
Like, for example, what if I got in the way of a riot? Well, I'm not in the way of a riot. I don't foresee that happening. But if I can look at the possibilities of either or, what would I do? And what are the reasons of why I would do it, and the results of each of those reasons?
Yes, there are many possibilities that are necessary to look at. Sometimes, unfortunately, you do not have time to look at all of them.
Right.
But you have to make a decision with the information available.
Right, but able to at least have some working knowledge of how to do it
Correct.
would give you an advantage
Correct.
by a long shot. So you could do your learning in your mind. You don't have to do it in experience.
It is sometimes very useful, but you cannot experience everything all in one life.
Okay. Question I have on the human body, or the human mind, I should be more specific. You are the perfect person to ask this.
Okay.
I see the mind lately now as one of the most ingenious communication device that could be conceived of. And the fact that, it is a communication device that is increased by one's consciousness.
Correct.
Are there more frequencies added as you become more aware, or do the frequencies you receive become stronger?
Both. It becomes stronger and more created.
I see.
There are more receptacles within the brain to receive the information.
Okay. Because in working, like, say, well, for example, when I was reading the book, Read the Arcturians, okay, I'm reading the book, and suddenly I got Arcturians on my doorstep. Obviously, then, the brain was acting as a radio, and it was sending out these signals that they picked up on.
And then they send their medium.
In the ship,
No,
the people in the ship.
no. The person that worked for them.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. And that is sent?
They sent him.
Oh, I see. I see. Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Ah, very clever. In other words, he was an unwitting receiver,
Yes.
and he was basically an open channel.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. All right. Now that means that they too, their brains are senders
And receivers,
and receivers.
as is mine.
Everyone else's.
Correct.
Like, say some guy just drinks beer every night, plays, and bowls 7 days a week. Has no thoughts except for bowling and beer. And maybe his job as a foreman in a lumber plant or something. What kind of receiving mind are we talking about here?
We are talking about a mind that receives only limited information that is not functioning correctly. It has been inhibited by inhibitors.
Okay. And it's that kind of mind that it still has a lot to do with the consciousness of the whole.
Yes.
Let's see. And that's one mind, but it's a percentage of the minds.
Correct.
I understand. Okay. Because there's a lot of those beer and lumberjack bowlers basically add up to a percentage.
Correct.
And those percentages either get larger or smaller as the consciousness, as people of this consciousness grow.
Correct.
Experience. Now, as the way gets more towards the higher consciousness beings, that then affects those lumberjack bowlers then?
Correct.
Okay, and that percentage starts to get even lower.
Correct. Because those around them influence him.
I see. And that is because everything is interconnected.
Correct. How many more questions do you have?
2.
Okay. Let's just proceed.
Okay. Now, static electricity. What causes it?
You do not know.
Do not know.
It is,
Don't know why. I should know.
yes, you should.
I should know. I don't.
Quick demonstration of static electricity for you to analyze. That is why we were checking the hair.
Oh.
You see the hair is starting to stand up?
Right.
That is because the electrical charge that is in the air
Right.
is being collected into this here. Now, what does static mean?
Static means not at rest, but in motion.
No. Static means stationary. Static display. Stationary display.
Okay? That's
So therefore, the electrical charge, which is normally in motion,
Mhm.
the electrical charge from here, which I believe is DC current, means direct current. So it is coming down directly down the cable here into this recording device.
what?
Now, this is dissipated. The charge that is here is static. And it is all positive electricity, which forces it away from its colleagues around it.
Oh. Okay. All right. Now, static electricity in pyramids.
Hmm.
Do pyramids, for some reason, hold a field of static electricity more so than outside of them?
That is a tricky subject and a tricky field.
Okay. I can't ask this next one then. All right. How about, is there a way to collect static electricity and to utilize it?
Yes.
And how would you do so?
Feline? Feline. There's the feline. You get some fur, like a feline's fur. You rub it across wax or nylon, and that cat has a static charge. You place your finger at its nose, and the channeler does this for amusement sometimes. You place it just in front of the nose, and what occurs?
Spike.
Correct. Or above the ear.
So is there a way to collect vast amounts of it, or even bits of it?
Yes.
I mean, of a more efficient means of collecting a bigger amount
Mm-hmm.
for use?
You use a wax paraffin mix.
Okay.
You use the proverbial feline. You use a brass plate. You have a brass bottom where the wax, the paraffin mix is collected and dry. You take off the top of the brass on its own. You rub it with your feline. You put your top back on until the top and the bottom are connected. It holds its charge.
Oh.
Whatever you wish to do with it. Yes, I believe you have information on one of your storage devices for pictures.
Video?
Yes. Not you personally.
Mark.
Ask him about Voltaire.
Voltaire. Thank you. Last question. What about the word working on 2 days a week?
Certainly.
Okay. Start prepping up maybe for Fridays.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, one more question. You were
That
talking.
is strange. You said 4 questions ago that you had 2 left. One could not be answered, and yet you had 3 more.
You're right. You're right. I shouldn't be taking up your time like this.
Proceed with your next question.
Okay. Omar was talking to Laura about alternate.
Universes.
Right. How, you got 3 different candidates for president, and they go off into you have 3 different lifelines going off timelines about what happens to this and what happens to that and what happens to that. Okay. So we've discussed this before.
Yes.
Yes. we're on a continuing timeline that's always splitting off.
Correct.
Right. And I guess I'm sorry I never get to say goodbye to myself. Oh well. Goodbye, Cortana. It's a joke.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoyable communication.
As always. Have a great night. Hi, T.
Yes.
Feel better?
No.
Oh, still. Carrie's not channeling anymore?
She will be channeling the names.
Okay.
I've got. That wasn't me.
Okay.
I have Athena. I'm holding Athena.
Oh.
And I think she just channeled.
You're not yet, really.
Well, she's in the field and I was trying to get her to be quiet.
Is that right? Oh, that was cute. I
Yes.
like that.
I did think she realised that she will come and speak. But I'm going to hand over further to Kiri.
Okay. Hi, darling.
Darling?
No,
Darling?
darling at all times.
No, both are working and functioning. What have you done?
I'm writing questions for you.
Oh, okay. Can I read? Oh, whoa. No need. Kiri. Human mind is advanced communication device. Yes, that's true.
Yes, I know. I just found out.
Oh.
What?
Now carry on with your questions.
Okay, space flight for me, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Trip and ship?
Yes. No, it's to do with the neural scanner. I got Mark to explain most of it. But there are a few things.
Okay.
It might be a little bit uncomfortable. That's one of the reasons why I'm testing out on as many people as possible with as much different variation in cranial structure.
Okay. So I'll set this up with Marta and Ezreal. So I'll go ahead and set up the trip with these guys. And,
Yeah.
when do you want to set it up for?
Whenever it's convenient with you, but before next week.
Well, I was thinking maybe tomorrow.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Tomorrow probably my most opportune time.
Okay, let's get on with the questions quickly because you're running out of recording device and there's one person to come.
I got tons of quick time.
Oh, you do?
Check. Cha. Half the takes.
Okay.
No problem, girl.
Mm-hmm.
We're covered.
Yeah.
All right. So how do I set it up with you? The ship will be all set for it.
It'll be all set, ready to go.
Okay, good.
Do you think I ought to have a girl this time?
No.
I want a daughter for Alex. A sister.
Daughter for Alex, you have to wait a while. No, a sister would be fine, but for the gene pool, I don't know if it would be so great.
I wonder if I can do Kara's free. No, that would be hard and rare.
I'll go for it.
Two separate eggs.
Well, actually, a daughter wouldn't be bad because,
Freaking chemically induced.
have to have romance, I suppose.
No.
Okay. Now, in working on this experiment of yours,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back to the question I asked Corton and get back
Okay.
to mine is an advanced communication device.
Yeah.
I want to know that.
Okay.
Now, are you trying to pick up those communications and put them into a
Yes. Into a storage.
storage system?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, Mark was mentioning when you were talking to him about how to explain this thing to me that, wanted things like desires
Yes.
sexually and otherwise, I suppose.
every type of desire. What you want, what you don't want.
So what are you
What
looking
you'd
for
like.
from me for tomorrow?
We just want you to behave normally. Like it's a normal mission.
What if I crash out?
If you crash out, you crash out. That will all be stored. And what you dream will be stored.
Oh. Okay. So what we'll do?
I've got. Actually, I haven't got that whole time. I just been informed that those people that work under me will be taking care of installing it.
Okay.
So I've got tonight and tomorrow off.
Alright.
Guinea pig.
I'll let you go have fun.
Not just that. I want to talk to you.
Well, I do too. I mean, being on such a tight leash, I get to say hi to you.
Well, I'm not allowed to get up out in this pyramid. I wanted to get up and walk. So you can see I've got one leg up. I'm all wrapped up to walk. I'm not allowed to walk. But this project, right? And it's going to be a long project. In fact, it's going to take me at least 5 months to get all the information back and fine-tune it and everything.
I'm gonna try to help you. Do you need just one trip, or you need a few?
I'll let you know. Or Carl will let you know.
Or... So I'll do a few. It's not bad for me, because I miss my trips anyway.
Yeah, we're going to work quite a few.
Okay, that'll work.
Sorry,
No problem.
I just got a PK chair.
Well, anything I can do to help you assist you in getting yourself out of trouble, I'd be glad to. Like, I won't ask you no questions that might get you into trouble.
This is my duty to realize what will get me into trouble and what won't get me into trouble.
I know your enthusiasm sometimes.
That wasn't enthusiasm, that was sheer foolishness and big madness.
That was your desire to help. And don't let yourself.
No, it was foolishness. I know that. You may think that I do not protect you. Well, I have an IQ, you would say, in the region of above Einstein. Somebody that smart surely wouldn't make that kind of elementary mistake.
Because of the fact that everything happens because it's supposed to. You had.
I needed to learn the lesson.
That's right.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So don't be so hard on yourself. Let everybody else be hard on you.
Yes, I know where they should be hard on me.
Uh-huh.
Hey, think I can stand up?
Yeah, you're not cheating.
No? I'm just bending the rules slightly. Colton's looking confused. I don't know whether to tell me off or not.
Oh, you're precious.
Yes.
So anyway, I need to see you.
Okay, here I am.
Yeah, that's fine.
Why else you are? Hold on a sec, dude. Let me see if I can get tighter link. Can you see my aura? It should be just about overpowering Mars. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it?
Oh my God, stop moving around so much.
But that's the way I'm keeping it. Overpowering Mars, you see. I'm keep myself feeling agitated.
Oh, like pink.
So it's pink. I think it is pink. Passionate pink.
Oh, okay. Great. Anyway, I come up to see it in person. So.
Better be careful because it will be passionate pink.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
next
I've also taken a drug that makes me more fertile as well. So we really want to try.
Congratulations, anyway. That all works out for me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, at the moment I'm ovulating.
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get that lady sucker.
Oh, yeah.
Urged on.
Yeah.
I'll be a cheering squad for or something.
Mm-hmm. Give me an E. Give me a G. Give me another G.
Impregnate. I love it. Alright, toss mine a little in there and
She's picking up the vibrations. What do you think of Athena channeling briefly?
That's amazing. That's great.
Tell him. Don't let him wait to listen. Tell him.
I will.
Anyway, I've got to go. He's got to stay. So I get first dibs.
Alright,
Which is very nice.
congratulations.
Mm-hmm. And he's waiting outside with Alex, Minerva, and Diana. He's still got hold of Athena.
Great. I should have enough room for both.
I'm going to drop him off on at the crash.
Okay.
Bye.
I love. Hey, Alana. You're doing that well. Been hanging around Mishi so much.
Listen.
That's right.
Now you have some questions after.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
In working with our daughter, I'm noticing that she's quite a little brainstormer.
Yes, I think she's good at Kevin to Shane and David.
And Michael, yes, I think so too, because of the fact that she's already showing a lot of potential,
Oh, yes.
and she's got quite a grasp of perceptions.
She's uncomfortable sometimes when she does things.
What?
I'd be asleep and she'll start probing my mind.
Oh, really?
And I have some pretty strange dreams.
Oh, I'll bet. But yes, she's, she perceives me and what I do for you,
Yes.
and why she was conceived, how she was conceived, and that's amazing. You say.
I think she's going to be quite an accomplished healer communicator.
I do too, because she's got a thirst for knowledge. That's pretty intense.
I had a test the other day, and she carries, although she's female, she has the dominant male gene,
Right.
which is useful. According to Mother, means that we can create sperms. Don't ask me how to explain.
It's like, but in the meantime, though, I'm looking forward to working with her some more.
Oh, certainly, yes. No, I don't think she's going to be like Auntie Q with us.
No problem. I'm not worried about that.
No.
But it's kind of funny. I didn't have this with David and Michael, really. They're being born, but I definitely see it in her.
But the energy makes her mind skyrocket. She has fireworks.
But see, she's getting in my mind. Because I'm going into yours.
Yeah. Then we share the same link.
And like, me and her are having this telepathic kind of picture session. While I'm, having a picture session with you, and I'm like going,
It's a little bit disconcerting for you, isn't it?
it's like, yeah.
There's nothing I can do with it.
Well, no, I don't want you to. It's me. Just because I've never had the experience before.
Yeah. Yeah, it affects me too.
Anyway, so her name is Ashira. Beautiful.
Yes. It's for your convenience.
So I understand. It's easy for me to understand that. Use that to communicate with her now. Right. So I'll get to see her though once in a while and say hi.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because she's like
she's not really into men that much.
She's from Sirius, right?
Yeah. She's got a daughter and a son.
Wow.
And she just uses it for reading. She does enjoy it, but she much more prefers the cleanliness and closeness when
Plus, I just don't know that many people to talk to up there, except for you and your mom. You know, maybe Carrie, Tia. But see, that's still kind of a small crowd.
Yeah.
And I'd like to be able to increase my circle of
Others
associates.
like it.
I never met Mike except for once at that party, and that was for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's quite a shy girl.
Yeah, she's real shy. It seemed like Ashtar wasn't really that shy. She was,
Yes. She was very inquisitive by it. She wanted to know more.
well, I'll make sure I won't be so shy myself next time.
Getting little jabs here from little well,
Miranda, have a fun time. You too, Alana. I'll see you guys later. Bye, yeah.
I wish horny women up here.
I'll say, boy, I'll tell you. I had the sex drive you girls did. I'd have to be bar hopping every night.
Yeah. What's with his brother?
Steve? I don't know. I think he's had a tough life. Either that or someone's had a tough life around him.
I don't like him.
Yeah, he's not somebody I'd bite to a challenge session.
Depresses the room. I want to bite him.
Bite him?
Teach him not to upset him or upset him.
Well, unfortunately, he's got, I guess, a real high opinion of himself. And I guess it sort of dominates his personality, unfortunately. And when people don't realize that he is, as dominant as he thinks he is, he gets depressed. It would seem to be, that's my observations. He seems to be looking for that that verbal praise that some of
Mark
us.
seems to be very patient with him. I watched him skiing, and he seemed to take a lot of time. He'd stop, wait, and tell him where he was going wrong, and immediately tell him how to correct it, and tell him also that he was doing better than he was on the last one.
It was.
No.
I could see that from the way he skied the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Salad.
Oh, sick.
Kind of getting my nourishment here after my bout with sickness.
Yeah.
Hope you don't come down with nothing like that.
No.
But let's see what we got here.
Yes. No, I can't get the mobility now. Oh well.
Yeah.
Hey, we worked hard on that together.
Mm-hmm. But you did. Very nice job, though.
No, thank you.
I can't understand how it all works. But I'm glad you understand.
Yes.
What do you do is plug this into the wall so
Blow it to pieces.
Not quite that much resistance. So you guys have your chanting up on your little planet there?
Chanting.
Chant. English.
Yeah, I suppose you could call it chanting. We have higher pitched voices, us ladies.
Well, yeah. But still.
It's much more musical because